now we are ready for a wonderful session on fact checking with our friend Professor Sambit Pal. So he's there. I'll just introduce him quickly before I hand it over to Sambit. Sambit, I'm sorry for taking 2 minutes of your time.
No problem at all. No problem.
So as usual, it's a delight having you here, and thank you for being with us for all our sessions. You might have seen Sambit on television. He's a multimedia journalist and media educator, and he currently teaches at the International School of Broadcasting and Journalism, MIT ADT University, Pune. So right now he's in Pune. I'm in Kolkata, he's in Pune, all of you are at different places. He heads the broadcasting department there. Before that, he was a teacher at the Indian Institute of Mass Communication, Bengal, Odisha. So he's taught the batch prior to yours. I don't know whether he's taught you all, but he was there in Bengal for a number of years. And he's also an alumnus of IMC Bengal, Odisha. His experience of working in the broadcast and digital media for over 15 years. He was an assistant editor at ABP Digital. He was the bureau head of Times Now in Kolkata, and he's also worked with various Bengali channels like Star Anando Kolkata TV. He started his career with Z News, and he continues to contribute to various websites and publications. He's also an alumnus of Presidency College Kolkata. He's a graduate in political science, and he also did his master's in international journalism at Cardiff University in the UK under Shivning Scholarship. He's a part of the trainers network of Google News Initiative in India, and regularly holds workshops on fact checking like the one you're going to participate in a moment's time. And his research interests are in hyperlocal digital media, emerging technologies in journalism, social media, and political communication and misinformation. So thank you so much. And he's recently authored a book on West Bengal politics, documenting its contemporary history, which was published by Bloomsbury, India. Over to you, Sambit.
Thank you so much, Professor Umashankar Pandey, sir. Yes, it's wonderful to be part of it, part of this Unicef and Press Club Kolkata project to train young journalists like you. So, very good evening to all of you. I hope I can just share my screen. Okay. So, good afternoon, students. I just hope that this is not a one-way communication. So please be participative. Stop me, ask question. And if you can't use your audio, please do type your question in the chat box. So how many of you have done any kind of fact-checking workshop before? Is there anyone who has done fact-checking workshop before? Attended any workshop?
So earlier you had a fact-checking course workshop with you. I'm from Dhenkanal campus.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you are the current batch?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Krishna Kesi, yeah.
Yes,
so
sir.
you guys are experienced now. So this will be a kind of refresher for you and those who are not part of IMC Dhenkanal in this current batch, or at least last 3 previous batches. This is something new, I guess. So I can understand Bengali, Oriya, but I can't speak Oriya, and a little bit of Marathi also these days. So please feel free to ask me question in any language, and what I tell everyone every time I do any workshop or any session, I do not feel that any question is silly question. Huh? So no question is a silly question. As you are going to be journalists, you have right to ask questions. So please do ask me questions if you can't get any. All right. Okay. So let's start. Yes, Nikhil, you have any questions?
Sir, last time আপনার সাথে যখন ক্লাস হয়েছিল তখন একটা প্রশ্ন করার ছিল, মানে তখন কিন্তু করতে পারিনি। তো এইবার এই ক্লাসের শেষে যদি ওই প্রশ্নটা মানে আপনি অনুমতি দেন তাহলে জিজ্ঞেস করব।
ঠিক আছে, আমাদের সেশনটা শুরু হোক। তার মাঝে যদি উত্তর পেয়ে যাও তো দ্যাটস গুড, আর যদি না পাও তো প্লিজ আস্ক মি কোশ্চেনস। হ্যাঁ,
yes sir,
অবশ্যই
sure.
I'll answer your question. Okay, let's begin. আর okay, so what we are going to discuss mainly what is fake news, why and how does fake news spread, because that's very important for any journalist to understand, why and how this fake news spread in this whole new information ecosystem, and what impact does it have on us, or any common people or on the society, that you need to know. And the core of this whole session would be the basic tools of fact checking. So if you get any photograph, any video, any information which is doubtful and which you think that is not true, how do you check that, right? So I'll be talking about those basic tools, nothing to be worried about, nothing to be very tech savvy to use those tools. Yes, there are certain tools which are used by professional fact checkers, but I'll not go into that. I will talk about some basic tools. Now tell me if the pictures that I'm going to show you, if they're fake or real. So this picture, Vaibhav Vishal, is a film writer, just tweeted that while Shashi Tharoor never was in Andaz Apna Apna, he did act in movies as a child star. His screen name was Master Gyan, and he did 9 Hindi and Malayalam films, attaching a still from Jailer with Geeta Bali. Today was the right day to revisit the picture. Go Shashi. What do you think about this picture? So you know Shashi Tharoor, right?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah. So what do you think about this picture? You think this is a true picture or false?
Sir, there is a blue tick, so
Sir, actually,
I think that maybe it is not fake, maybe it's real.
Okay.
Can you zoom the picture for them to see the child?
Yeah, sure. Sorry. I'll zoom it from here.
No, leave it. I think they can see that. It's visible.
Yes. So what do you think? Yeah, someone said that yeah, it's true, and it's also coming from someone who has a blue tick in the Twitter handle. So all of you agree to this, that this is a true picture?
So the
so
the face is
not-
photoshopped through Shashi Tharoor face to the child face. I think it is a photoshopped picture.
And the shadow, I cannot figure out the shadow. There is a difference in the posture of the shadow and the child.
Okay. So you think that this is fake? Okay. So look at this tweet. I hope you can read it if you are using mobile phone as well. So Shashi Tharoor said that yes, I had tried to keep it secret all along. So good sleuthing. By the way, I'm still known as Master Gyan. So Shashi Tharoor is confirming it. So those who said that this is fake, do you still think that this is fake? Hello.
স্যার এটা মজা করছে এরকম কিছু কি?
মজা করছে এরকম কিছু। Very good. So actually, it was an April Fool tweet. But I really appreciate your, your observation skill. Some of you have actually seen that shadow, and which is exactly not matching what we can see here. It is actually not a Photoshop one. This is from the movie and all. But this was an April Fool tweet by that film writer Vishal, and Shashi Tharoor also played along with it. And that was also revealed after some time. Sorry to burst everyone's bubble here, but you guys were well fooled. Politics is the best acting Shashi Tharoor does. And he does a phenomenal job of it. But outside of that, he never has acted in any movies. But Master Gyan he definitely is. So okay, this was fun. Huh? What about this picture? This picture is said to be from Ukraine war. What do you think about this picture? Is it true? Is it from Ukraine? Or you think that this is not from Ukraine, this is not from the war zone? Any guess?
So I guess it is from the war zone only.
From the war zone? Okay. Why do you say so? What makes you believe that this is from the war zone?
So look at the surrounding, and the person who's there was trying to escape from the place. He's taking some, I guess, his belongings and going outside or trying to escape from there.
Right, right. Yes, this is from the war zone, and I don't know how some of you are probably in doubt and you are not sure about it, and that's fine. I mean, that is what you should be in, and then look for evidence and just not, you know, just not take it on a face value. That is very important for any journalist. Yes, this is true. This is from the Ukraine and from the war zone, and this was taken by AFP. This photograph was shared in various international media. Now look at this videograph, and it says that Ukrainian. So this is about an Ukrainian citizen who is bidding farewell to his kid, his daughter, because he's going to fight the war for Ukraine. So that was the claim, right? So it is claimed that this is from Kiev, Ukraine, and this father is bidding farewell to his daughter. What do you think about this picture? Any guess? Is this true or false? Please do not go complete silent. Huh? That would make me feel like that I'm talking to the screen. Anything that comes to your mind, whether it's true or false?
I'm finding this picture true.
Finding this picture true? Yeah, so it was reported in many mainstream media, right? But the picture is, of course, real, but the context of this picture is not true. So this man was bidding farewell to his family, including his daughter, but he was not going to fight the war with war for Ukraine. He is an Ukrainian, but is part of the separatist movement, the part or the portion in Ukraine which got separated from Ukraine with the help of Russia. So he was going to fight this war for Russia against Ukraine. And, Russia was giving a safe passage to this family members of these people. But most of the mainstream media had actually reported that, this guy is going to fight a war against Russia, and there's so much emotion in it. Okay. What about this one? Salman Khan is getting married. Here is who the bride is. Want to know more?
Fake.
So fake.
It's fake. Why?
Sir, although it has been tweeted by a prominent media house, but still it is kind of expressing an intense amount of emotion. And one thing that is common in most of the fake news is that they incite an intense emotion in the reader or viewer.
Okay. So what kind of emotional reaction do you have looking at this piece of news?
A shock.
A shock. Okay. But do you think this is fake? Why is it fake that Salman Khan cannot really get married at this age?
Sir, he can get married,
Okay.
but still, it is written in such a way that it is, there is an what do you call, sorry, exclamatory mark there actually.
Okay. Yeah. This is just, I mean, this will be a surprise news anyway, right? If Salman Khan is getting married, that it will create a shock wave among his fans as well, right? But it's coming from India Today, and of course, and this is a blue
So,
ticked one. Yeah.
but it is again, this tweet was done, it is done on 1st of April.
Okay, good. So this is what is needed, that observation power. Yes, this is again an April Fool tweet that was posted by India Today, and it came from their official account. But sometimes it happens that, sometimes this logo is also photoshopped and, superimposed, and this whole screen is done through the Photoshop, and it is circulated. So that also happens. But yeah, it came from India Today's Twitter handle. I collected it from there, and it was again uh, a April Fool tweet. But there was a great observation by what's your name? I didn't get your name. I can't see your name here. Who said that this created shock?
Sharmila.
Sharmila. Okay. Yes, and who said that this created a shockwave? In shock?
Sir, me, Abhishek.
Abhishek. Okay, yeah. So yes, so I'll discuss about that. So that's a very good point that you have raised, and that is where I am heading to, and that's good that you have already, got it. So what is the reason that you fail for it, and or you did not fail for those fake news, the real ones? What do you think about it? Why do people fall for fake news, and why didn't you fall for it, or you fail for it? What is
Sir,
it?
people often fall for a fake news when it confirms their biasness, or it resonates with them, or it reinforces their beliefs.
Yeah, so that's one of the reasons. Very good. That's one of the reasons that, if I believe in something, and if I get something which is validating that belief, that okay, fine, I think that India is going to be number one in the world parliament of religion or something like that, and I get a post which says that yes, India has been declared the topmost country in the world, parliament of religion or something. You believe in that, and you think that okay, this is possible, and this is what it should be, and then you get to see, and that confirms your belief, and you tend to believe in that news or that particular information. So it happens with all of us. So you got emotionally charged when when you had seen or read the message of the post, the ones that I showed you about Shashi Tharoor or Salman Khan, or that war picture from Ukraine.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So Abhishek said that
Yes, sir.
it hit your emotional core. So this is exactly why we tend to share. So confirmation bias is also part of it, and this is part of the emotional reaction as well. That okay, if I believe in something, I get to see something, I get overwhelmed, and I tend to share it. And the journalists get to get on to reporting that piece of information or that news, and that gets circulated among people. So emotion is the target of those people who circulate fake news or misinformation, and whatever way we call it. And that is what you need to control. So that is what we say, that whenever you're getting to read anything, see anything, watch any video, control your emotion first. If you can't control your emotion, you are more prone to fall into that fake news fake news trap. So that is what is very much required, right? So emotion is something that triggers your uh, mind to share something or to forward some message and all, and that is what all leads you to believe in fake news or any kind of false information. Someone had observed that, Shashi Tharoor's picture that gets shown, so you had minutely observed it, and then you had thought, okay, fine, it may not be Shashi Tharoor. But if you are a fan of Shashi Tharoor and you think that, okay, fine, oh, Shashi Tharoor had acted in films, I didn't know, and I should let others know, then you are, falling into that trap. So apart from emotions, it's speed of information that is also causing a lot of problem. That we journalists are overwhelmed with information, not only journalists but also common people, and that causes a lot of misinformation getting into the ecosystem. So you do not verify, you get a lot of information, you just share it or believe in it, and talk about it, and then you share it with other friends, even if you're not sharing the content, but at least you talk about it, and that gets amplified. The dilution of gatekeeping power of the media. I hope that you have heard about this gatekeeping role of media. If I'm a journalist, then I need to pitch a story to my chief reporter or the bureau head or the editor, and the editor or the bureau head will discuss it in the editorial meeting. It will be approved. Then the journalist will be asked to go and cover that event. Then it will be checked by the chief reporter or the editor whether there are enough evidence to the story or not, whether you have quotes or bites from both sides of the story, all the stakeholders are being covered or not. So all these checks are done, and then a news gets published, be it on television or on newspaper. But these days, everybody is a journalist, and if you have a smartphone in your hand, you can just simply click a picture and then post it on social media, and that may get shared thousands of times, and that becomes a news. But probably that is not based on evidence, right? So there has been a dilution of this gatekeeping power of the media because of this emerging social media platforms, right? And there is also dilution in the gatekeeping in the mainstream media organization as well, because every news organization is competing with the speed of information, the way they want to distribute information to their readers or audience. They have little time for cross-checking information or gathering enough evidence to go out with the story most of the time. Then, of course, editorial bias. These days, that, okay, fine, this channel will favor this political party, this channel will favor the another political party or something, and then this editorial bias also creates a lot of problem in the whole information ecosystem. Then seamless news. So you don't understand that what is news and what is opinion, because in these days, I'm sure that most of you are not reading newspapers every day. So you do not know which is the editorial opinion columns that are there and what are the news items that are there, because you are consuming news as it is coming to you through probably notifications or on your social media feed. So even if it is someone's views that has been expressed, you consider it to be fact, and that causes a lot of problems. So if I believe in something, I have some opinion about certain issue here about the economy of this country, I write something, that's my opinion, but you consider it to be fact. So there the confusion rises, and then you fall into this trap of misinformation. And then it's free for all social media. I just said that everybody is there on social media with some kind of information or the other. There has been a huge dip in the trust on mainstream media, and that causes again this problem of fake news. So I hope that you understand that what are the reasons why fake news is very much so. These are just some of the reasons that I've just mentioned, but there are a lot of other issues. Yes, please.
The dilution of gatekeeping, ওই পয়েন্টটা একটু বুঝিয়ে দিন।
ডাইলিউশন গেটকিপিং হচ্ছে যে মিডিয়া হাউস, নিউজপেপার বা কোনো টেলিভিশন চ্যানেল কিভাবে কাজ করে। তাদের কোনো রিপোর্টার যখন কোনো ইনফরমেশন আনছে, তাদের বলতে হয় চিফ রিপোর্টারকে যে আমার আজকে এই স্টোরিটা আমি করব, এই স্টোরিটা আমি লিখবো, বা এই স্টোরিটা আমি টেলিভিশনের জন্য করব। তখন চিফ রিপোর্টার বলবে আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে, তোমার কি স্টোরি বলো, তোমার কাছে কি এভিডেন্স আছে যে তুমি এটা করছো। সাপোজ আই ওয়ান্ট টু ডু আ স্টোরি অন সে দিস রামপুরহাট ইনসিডেন্ট দ্যাট হ্যাজ হ্যাপেন্ড, রাইট? তো আমি গিয়ে বললাম যে আমি জানতে পেরেছি যে কে সেদিনকে আগুন লাগিয়েছিল, আমি লোকটার নাম জানতে পেরেছি। তো রিপোর্টার, চিফ রিপোর্টার আমাকে জিজ্ঞাসা করবে বা আমার এডিটর আমাকে জিজ্ঞাসা করবে যে কে কে তোমাকে বলেছে যে এই আগুন লাগিয়েছে, তোমার কাছে কি প্রমাণ আছে? তুমি যদি প্রমাণ নিয়ে বলতে পারো যে হ্যাঁ, আমি বললাম যে হ্যাঁ আমার কাছে এই প্রমাণ আছে, সেই লোকটা আমার কাছে স্বীকার করেছে, সেই লোকটার ভিডিও আমার কাছে আছে, তখন আমার এডিটর বললো যে তুমি পুলিশের সাথেও কথা বলো যে তারাও এই লোকটাকে আইডেন্টিফাই করতে পেরেছে কিনা, অন্যদের সাথে ক্রস চেক করো যে হ্যাঁ সত্যি এই লোকটা করেছে কিনা, নাকি মিথ্যে কথা বলছে, ঠিক আছে? সেটা করার পরে আমি যখন গেলাম, গিয়ে সবার কাছ থেকে ইনফরমেশন কালেক্ট করলাম, তারপরে আমি এসে আবার এডিটরকে বললাম যে আমার কাছে এই ইনফরমেশন রয়েছে, আমার কাছে এই ভিজুয়াল রয়েছে, আমার কাছে এই সাউন্ড বাইট রয়েছে বা এই কোড রয়েছে, এবার আমি তাহলে স্টোরিটা করতে পারি কিনা। তখন বললো হ্যাঁ ঠিক আছে, তখন আমার এডিটর বললো ঠিক আছে তুমি করতে পারো, and then I do that story and then it gets published or it gets aired on television, ঠিক আছে? তাহলে এই যে গেট গুলো পেরিয়ে আমাকে যেতে হলো অ্যাজ আ জার্নালিস্ট, যে আমার চিফ রিপোর্টার আমাকে বললো, আমাকে ক্রস চেক করলো, তো সেই একটা গেট আমি পেরোলাম, তারপরে আরেকটা গেটে গিয়ে এডিটর আমাকে প্রশ্ন করলো যে হ্যাঁ তুমি যা যা পেয়েছো সেগুলো ঠিকঠাক আছে কিনা, সেটা আমি ক্রস করলাম। তারপরে যে প্রডিউসার হয়, তো সে আমায় জিজ্ঞাসা করবে যে আচ্ছা এই সাউন্ড বাইটটা তো আমি পাচ্ছি না, এই সাউন্ড বাইটটা তুমি আমাকে এনে দাও, এই লোকটা রিয়াকশন এনে দাও। তো সেই প্রডিউসারের গেটটা আমি পাস করলাম, এই করে তারপরে আলটিমেটলি স্টোরিটা পাবলিশ হলো বা সেই স্টোরিটা টিভিতে দেখানো। তো এইটা হচ্ছে গেট কিপিং রোল অফ মিডিয়া হাউস। কিন্তু এখন যেটা হয়েছে সেটা হচ্ছে যে সরাসরি রিপোর্টার কোনো একটা স্পট থেকে কোনো ইনফরমেশন পেলে সে লাইভে ডিরেক্টলি বলে দিল যে হ্যাঁ এরকম আমি জানতে পেরেছি যে কে আগুন লাগিয়েছিল এবং সে আমার কাছে স্বীকার করেছে, এই করেছে, ইত্যাদি ইত্যাদি আমি বলে দিলাম, কিন্তু আমার কাছে এনাফ এভিডেন্স নেই। বা সোশ্যাল মিডিয়াতে আমি একটা কিছু পোস্ট করে দিলাম, আমি জার্নালিস্ট নই কিন্তু আমার কাছে ক্যামেরা আছে, আমি একটা ছবি তুলে পোস্ট করে বললাম যে হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ এই লোকটার বাড়ি যে দেখতে পাচ্ছেন, এই যে বাড়িটা দেখতে পাচ্ছেন, এই বাড়ির যে মালিক সেই বাড়ির লোকই এই আগুনটা লাগিয়েছিল। তো সেখানে কেউ ক্রস চেক করার নেই, কেউ জিজ্ঞাসা করার নেই যে তোমার কাছে কি প্রমাণ আছে, তোমার কাছে কি এভিডেন্স আছে। তো এই গেট কিপিং রোলটা ক্রমশ কমে গেছে বিকজ অফ সোশ্যাল মিডিয়া এন্ড বিকজ অফ স্পিড অফ ইনফরমেশন, যে আমার কত তাড়াতাড়ি খবরটাকে পৌঁছতে হবে আমার অডিয়েন্সের কাছে। ইজ ইট ক্লিয়ার? তো এর ফলে প্রমাণ ছাড়া নিউজ যাচ্ছে। রাইট, ওকে। এনি আদার কোয়েশ্চন ফর মি? ইয়েস।
সিমলেস নিউজটা আরেকবার বলে দিন।
সিমলেস নিউজ হচ্ছে তুমি নিউজ পেপার পড়ো, খবরের কাগজ পড়ো রোজ সকালে উঠে?
না, রোজ পড়ি না।
রোজ পড়ো না, তাহলে তুমি খবর পাও কি করে রোজ?
থ্রু নোটিফিকেশন, মানে গুগল
সার্চ করে, তাই তো? রাইট। খবরের কাগজ যদি তুমি পড়ে থাকো, তুমি জানো যে খবরের কাগজের একটা এডিটোরিয়াল পেজ থাকে, সম্পাদকীয় পেজ থাকে, সেখানে সম্পাদকীয় লেখা হয়, জানো তো? হ্যাঁ, কিন্তু তুমি যখন গুগলে সার্চ করছো, তুমি কি তখন চেক করো যে এটা সম্পাদকীয় পাতায় বেরিয়েছে নাকি খবর যেখানে বেরো সেই খবরের পাতায় বেরিয়েছে? চেক করো কি সব সময়?
না, সবসময় হয়তো হয় না।
চেক করো না, রাইট? এবং নোটিফিকেশনে যেটা আসলো সেটা একটা খবর না সেটা কারো একটা মতামত, সেটা কি চেক করো সব সময়?
না স্যার, আমরা তো আগে মানে আমাদের খবরটা কি সেটাই তো আগে
সেটাই আগে দেখার চেষ্টা করো, রাইট? তো
হ্যাঁ।
এখন এই যে ওপিনিয়ন আর খবর কাগজের পাতাতে, সেটা খুব ক্লিয়ারলি ডিফাইন যে কোথায় থাকবে, কোথায় প্রথম পাতায় খবর থাকে, আর 4 বা 5-এর পাতায় বা যে কাগজে যেরকম এডিটোরিয়াল পেজ হবে সেই এডিটোরিয়াল পেজে শুধু মতামত থাকে, রাইট? সেটা আমরা জানি। কিন্তু এখন এই ডিজিটাল মিডিয়ার জন্য যখন যেরকম যা খবর আসছে বা কেউ কোনো ওপিনিয়ন পিস লিখছে, কেউ মতামত দিয়ে একটা কোনো প্রবন্ধ লিখছে, সেইটা চলে আসছে, রাইট? তো আমাদের পক্ষে সবসময় বোঝা সম্ভব হচ্ছে না যে আচ্ছা এটা খবর না এটা কারো ওপিনিয়ন। হ্যাঁ, তো সেটাকেই বলা হচ্ছে সিমলেস, যে কোনো এটার কোনো বাউন্ডারি নেই। হ্যাঁ, কাগজে যেরকম বাউন্ডারি আছে যে এই পাতায় খবর থাকবে, এই পাতায় এডিটোরিয়াল থাকবে, কিন্তু আমাদের যে সোশ্যাল মিডিয়ার ফিড থেকে আমরা যে খবরগুলো পড়ি বা যে ইনফরমেশন গুলো পাই, সেইখানে এই বাউন্ডারিটা নেই, রাইট? তো সেটাকেই আমরা বলছি এখন আমরা সিমলেস নিউজ এজে থাকি, যে ওখানে কোনো বাউন্ডারি নেই, যখন যেরকম খবর আসছে সেরকম তুলে দেওয়া হচ্ছে, এবং যখন যেরকম মতামত লিখে কেউ পোস্ট করছে সেটাই আমরা দেখতে পাচ্ছি, রাইট?
Yes, sir.
ওকে, ঠিক আছে। So so there has also been huge change in technology in storytelling pattern and also consumption of news pattern. Consumption, আমরা কিভাবে করি অলরেডি তোমরা দেখলে যে আমরা নিউজ পেপার খুব একটা পড়ি না, আমরা আমাদের যখন দরকার হয় তখন গুগলে সার্চ করে নিলাম, তখন দেখে নিলাম খবরটা, বা আমি কোনো একটা অ্যাপকে সাবস্ক্রাইব করেছি, তাদের নোটিফিকেশন আসলো যখন আমার দরকার হলো তখন আমি দেখে নিলাম, রাইট? তো এই একটা হিউজ চেঞ্জ হওয়ার ফলেও কিন্তু এই ফেক নিউজ বা মিস ইনফরমেশন বেশি করে ছড়াচ্ছে, উইদাউট এভিডেন্স খবর বা ইনফরমেশন আরো বেশি করে আমাদের সামনে আসছে। কিভাবে এই খবরটা অ্যাম্প্লিফাইড হয়? দ্যাট ইউ হ্যাভ ভেস্টেড ইন্টারেস্ট, so you put some news in mainstream media, and then mainstream media reports it, and then it comes to us and it gets amplified. Or there is some vested interest which is spreading some misinformation or fake news that is coming to you or me, and we are talking about it, and that's how it is getting amplified and it's getting spread. So what is disinformation, right? Or what is misinformation, or what is fake news? Anyone who can tell me what is fake news, what is misinformation, what is disinformation? Anyone? Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello, sir. I'm audible.
Yes, you are. Lalit, tell me. You are audible, Lalit.
Okay, sir. Misinformation, sir, in which जो न्यूज होती है वो अनइंटेंशनली होती है और ट्रू होती है, और जो डिस इन्फॉर्मेशन होता है उसमें जो न्यूज होती है वो फाल्स होती है, मतलब झूठी होती है और इंटेंशनली वायरल होती है।
Okay. Yeah, you are there, but there is a little difference. I'll come to that. Anyone else would like to try? What is misinformation and what is disinformation? What is fake news? Anyone?
Sir, misinformation is spread unintentionally, and
Okay.
disinformation is spread intentionally. For example, if I am intentionally spreading a fake news to fulfill my particular agenda, then this is disinformation.
Okay.
And in misinformation, I'm forwarding something that I myself believe. Like I believe that it is true, but it is not true, and I'm spreading it to other people.
Okay, that's great. Anyone else would like to add to what Lalit or Abhishek had said? Anyone? No. Okay. Abhishek is actually bang on it that. Okay, before that, let me just tell you that what is fake news. Now, there is debate in the academic circle and also among the fact checkers whether we call this false information as fake news or not. Because news, as we know, is something that is based on verified information. So news cannot be fake. So that's the argument that we generally have. And apart from that also, and it's not just news where this false information is being circulated. Nowadays, it has gone beyond news where this false information is in circulation, right? So how we differentiate this fake news, or this part of this fake news umbrella, is that misinformation, disinformation, and malinformation. These are like three categories, right? Now, what is misinformation? So Abhishek has rightly said that sharing and forwarding false information intentionally is something which is called disinformation, right? Now look at this photograph. This photograph is said to be of four accused of bike theft. They had apparently can somebody mute? Yeah. Okay. So So this is said to be a photograph of Bhagwan Mann, the new Punjab chief minister, and it had gone viral on social media, claiming that there were about 12 years ago, 4 people were caught for stealing bikes, motorbikes, and you can see that Bhagwan Mann is one of them. Right. So someone then, it was revealed that okay, I don't have the photograph here in my presentation, but then it was found out that there was another singer from Punjab who had posted this photograph saying that they were celebrating Holi. I don't know why Bhagwan Mann looks so sad in that Holi day, but it was shared a few weeks back. So someone who had circulated this photograph, he had some malintention, some ill intention to malign this new Punjab chief minister. So disinformation basically serves. So why do people, share this false or fake news or disinformation? That's for political reasons. So you can see that someone probably opposed to Bhagwan Mann had actually shared this false information to gain some political points. It may be to spread some religious point or polarize people on religious ground. People may share this information, or maybe somebody can make some money out of sharing the misinformation. Sorry, this disinformation, and then you tend to click on that, and more you click, that person gets money. Because the more people click on that, the more advertisement that person probably will get, and more money he will make. So there may be business interest behind it, or any other vested interest. So someone with this kind of vested intentional interest is circulating false information is called disinformation. Now, what is misinformation? Misinformation is sharing false information, believing that to be true without any malintention. So, as Abhishek said, that I have got some information and I want to share it with others, but I don't know that this is false. But I have no intention to actually fool people or cause any harm, but I share it. So here is one example, I'm sure. So this is a very popular example, and one of my favorites. That during this COVID-19 period, during this lockdown, I'm sure that you had a lot of potions, like the boiled water, hot water, mixed with garlic, mixed with some other herbs and all. You have done that, right?
Yes, sir. My parents were actually saying that you should do this and this by reading some forwarded WhatsApp messages, and I was trying to tell them that these things have not been proven yet.
Okay. Right. So your parents actually did not spread disinformation because they thought that this will actually help. So they spread misinformation, of course, and we have been the victim of misinformation. But thankfully, it did not cause any harm. Right. So it was not with any malintention. But I'll show you later in the presentation that this misinformation may also cause a lot of damage as well. And how that happens, I'll just tell you. So misinformation, why do people say, share misinformation? Because they believe in everything. There are some people, right, who believe in everything. So whatever you tell them, they'll say, oh, really? Is it so? Okay, fine. Yeah. I knew this is going to happen, or this was true, or this is a fact. So they believe in everything, and whatever they get, they just share it with others. Then gaining social capital. We have some friend, right, that would say, "Arey, you didn't know about it. I knew it first, and I told you first, isn't it?" So we have those kind of people around us, and they want to gain that social capital from their friend circle or the relatives or those acquaintances, and they want to share anything that comes on their way, and share it with their with their friends or family or relatives or others. So they just want to gain some kind of importance, in a sense, in their friend circle. Then someone thinks that, okay, this is my duty, social duty, to share this information. This I remember I got some messages where it was said that, okay, your account will be closed from this date, and if you are a customer of Punjab National Bank, then you need to withdraw all your money or something like that. So that person did not have any malintention, but they thought, okay, fine, if this guy has got an account with Punjab National Bank, then I should share it with them, and this is a social duty. And they do not verify the message before sending, and they think that this is something important that they are performing. And then comes this pure fun. So you have seen the Shashi Tharoor tweet that you had seen. So Shashi Tharoor also played along with that film writer, and they were just making pure fun on April Fool's Day. But someone would actually, take it seriously, and I'm sure that some people had actually shared that tweet with others as well. And they wanted to say, okay, you didn't know that Shashi Tharoor acted in film as child actor, and I'm the first one to know about it, right? Or someone who believe in everything would have shared that. So this is how it goes. It gets amplified, and above everything, sometimes poor journalism also amplifies misinformation. So as I said that reporting unverified information is what journalists sometimes do, and that also causes problem in the news ecosystem. And poor journalism, by poor journalism I mean that it may be reportage without any evidence, or it may be misleading headlines that may take you to a false news or fake news. So mis or disinformation may come in various ways. I'll go through it very quickly. It can be satire. So Shashi Tharoor tweet, I would say that was a satire. So there are 7 types of mis or disinformation according to First Draft News. That's an organization which is involved in fact checking and in combating misinformation. So they have categorized it in 7 types. So satire, you can see that in this example that after PM's appeal to become Atmanirbhar, Anu Malik seen copying his own songs. So we know that there are allegations against Anu Malik that he steals music from others, and then kind of composes his own using those tunes and all. But this is something real satire. Someone had posted it, but there is no intention to cause harm, but has potential to fool and may lead you to dangerous situations sometimes. So this is not going to lead you to dangerous situation, but there are sometimes some misinformation that can actually lead you to dangerous situation. I'll come to that. Then misleading misinformation or disinformation. So misleading use of information to frame an issue or an individual. So you can see that there is Gomutra party, and there were some kind of narrative that Gomutra could cure coronavirus, but that was not the case. But that was used by some people, and this is the misleading use of information to frame an issue or an individual. Then imposter content. So you can see that there is this news that Aaj Raat se pure Bharat mein sharab band, and that is being announced by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. It's on Aaj Tak. But the thing is that this is superimposed, so this is Photoshop, and the sources that is shown is a genuine source, but the content that is being shown is not genuine content. So someone has impersonated this particular news source called Aaj Tak, right? Then fabricated content, the content is 100% false and designed to deceive and do harm. So here you can see that World Health Organization had issued a circular that how to go with lockdown. So first it's 1-day lockdown, then it's second step is to have 21-day lockdown, then you have 5 days lockdown again, then again 28 days lockdown, and this is something like a protocol that World Health Organization had issued. So that was a claim, but this was not World Health Organization's protocol. So it was completely misleading and fabricated, right? Then this false connection. So you get to see this headline in some story, you click on this, and on the right hand side, you get to see this kind of story or the headline. So when the headlines, caption, and or the image don't relate to the content inside, that's called false connection. Then false context. So genuine content is used to completely false contextual information. So here you can see some Muslim youth, they are leaking the utensils, and it was said that they are trying to spread coronavirus through this way. Now these pictures are true, so this is not Photoshop. There is a custom or the ritual among a section of the Muslim community where they don't want to waste food, and after people eat their food, they clean it like this. So this is a ritual. So this is genuine content, but it was used in a false context that they are trying to spread coronavirus. So this was an old photograph that was used. So false context is one. Then manipulated content. So it was said that this North Korean president, he has died, but his father's picture that was used to circulate this information that came on to his date. So genuine information or imagery is manipulated to deceive. So this is also a part of this misinformation or disinformation. So be it disinformation or misinformation, any type of false information can cause harm. So this may look harmless, that you are drinking hot water or saline water, or water boiled with garlic. You just gargle with it. So it may not cause any harm, even if it cannot cure coronavirus, but it's not going to cause any harm. But look at this. I'm sure that you had heard that alcohol could cure coronavirus. Did you hear about that? That if you consume
Yes,
alcohol,
sir. Yeah.
right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this was, some people probably used it as a fun, but some people took it seriously and they had consumed illicit liquor. And at the time I had taken this screenshot, it was 255 people who got killed, but the figure rose above 500 as far as I remember. And this is just not in Iran, it also happened in our country as well, but not in this proportion. But yes, people got killed because they thought that alcohol could actually prevent coronavirus. So pure fun, also misinformation can also cause harm like this, that this can kill people. And misinformation, disinformation, or fake news, whatever we call it, it can come in various forms. It can come in the form of text on WhatsApp, in the form of WhatsApp message or Facebook post or something. It can come in the form of video, audio, image. So this can be in any form, right? So mostly this is a misinformation wave in India and in this world in recent times started in 2016 with US presidential elections. A lot of false information was in circulation during the campaign. In India, you must have heard that child kidnappers, many people were lynched with the suspicion that the persons were child kidnappers, and more than 30 people got killed from across India. It's just not one part of the country where the people got killed with suspicion of being child kidnapper, but across the country, this kind of rumors got spread and people got killed. And as you know, in 2020, when this coronavirus outbreak happened, then the WHO director had declared it to be infodemic. So misinformation took the shape of epidemic. It was so much rampant, and we know that what we had gone through during this coronavirus period, what kind of misinformation was in circulation, you can't believe, right? So that caused a lot of problem, and that was called infodemic. Now, what can we do? What can a journalist do? Right? What do you think, apart from verification, what can a journalist do to prevent misinformation? What do you think? What should a journalist do to control misinformation or disinformation or fake news?
By spreading awareness.
Okay, by spreading awareness.
Sir, we will have to rise above our emotions.
Our emotions, of course, yes. What else?
and we will have to verify the news.
Yes, verification is the mother of journalism. Yes, anything else? What should a journalist do as a aspiring journalist? What do you think?
We should also debunk such fake news.
We should debunk fake news. Yes, of course. Any other suggestion? Any other thought?
So cross-check as much as possible.
Cross-check as much as possible. Yes. So verification, there is no alternative to verification and cross-checking your information. Right? So controlling your emotion is one that we journalists are, and when you people also join the industry, will be under tremendous pressure from your newsroom that you need to break news every minute. If you are working in digital organization, you'll have to put it out on the social media the moment the story breaks. If you are on television, you have to break the story before the social media comes to know about it. So there is huge pressure, and under that pressure, we journalists forget that verification is what makes journalism work, right? So verify, and verify. That's the only mantra for any journalist, or for any common people also. Do not report as a journalist, or do not share as a common person, or also as a journalist, any information without verifying it and getting it authenticated with strong evidence, right? So verification is what differentiates journalism from entertainment, and other forms of communications are all mostly propaganda, right? Advertisements may not depend on verification, right? They can claim that, okay, my product is the best product, and this is not something my competitors are producing, but probably the competitors are producing the same kind of product with probably more benefits or more genuine content and stuff. But in journalism, you cannot do anything without verification or without evidence, right? So it differentiates from all other forms of communication. So what a journalist can do is always ask yourself, you are looking at an original content. So whenever you get to see any information and you are tempted to report it, just ask these questions: that is it original content? When and where was this created? Who had circulated this information? Who had created the picture or the video? Who had filmed it, and who had published it? So these are important questions. Why should you report on it? Is it reporting worthy content that I'm seeing, that I'm looking at? And most importantly, do you have any evidence or not? Right? Fine, I get one video from one of the users or one of my readers saying that, okay, this is a video of a fire that has broken out in my neighborhood. Can you please report on it? What will you do? You will ask these questions, right? That, okay, is it true that this fire has really broken out there in that particular area? Who had sent it to you? Okay, fine. If this guy has sent it to you, who had filmed it? Did he film it? Is he there at the spot? Ask him that question. That, are you there at the spot? Then probably you ask him to go for a video chat and show that, okay, what is happening? Just show me around you. Is the fire still on? So you gather information, gather evidence, and then go on reporting, right? And then you find out, okay, fine, this is original content. Yes, actually the fire had broken out. Then you cross-check with other sources, with the police, with the local, local people, some few more local people from the fire brigade, and then you report on it, right? So you need to gather evidence and ask these questions, and just do not believe in your most trusted source as well, right? Always cross-check and ask these questions. Now you can use both traditional and online verification method. Now, what do I mean by traditional verification method? Anybody? Can you tell me what is traditional verification method?
So like go in person and gather information from them.
Yeah, I'm really happy that you remember those things. So yes, traditional method of information gathering or verification is going to the main source, going to the spot, talking to the stakeholders, verifying the original document, going to the original document, and then coming to a conclusion. Okay, fine, the story is true, this information is true, and then I can go ahead and report on it, right? So that's the traditional method. But these days we are all in digital world, right? So we may not be able to reach out to certain places, we do not have time, or you do not have probably the logistics of the resources, right? In that case, you need to use online verification method. So there are certain tools that I'll show you in a while. Those are the three things that you should use to gather evidence and verify a content and then report on it. Now, here are some tools and tricks of the fact checking. So before that, very quickly, any question you have? Any question that you want to ask? No? So can we go to the tools and tricks of fact checking now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. The first tool is reverse image search. Now, have you heard about reverse image search?
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
All right. So who said no? I'm really sorry. I didn't get to see.
So me, Nandita.
Right. নন্দিতা, তুমি কিভাবে খবর খোঁজো, গুগলে কিভাবে খবর খোঁজো বা কোনো ইনফরমেশন খোঁজো? How do you search for information on Google?
By writing মানে লিখে পর
হ্যাঁ, কি লেখো?
মানে আমি যেটা চাইছি।
এটা চাইছো, right? So you write the topic on which you want information, right? So you put some words, right? So if I want to know about, say, Kolkata, so I'll write Kolkata, right? So this is called keyword search. But you can use image, can use pictures to conduct search on Google, right? So that is called reverse image search. Now, I don't have to write anything. I don't have to write any word. The way I generally search on Google. So if you type images.google.com, you will get to see this kind of this page. And can you see a camera icon here?
Yes,
You
sir.
see, right? So that means that you are allowed to search by image. Click on it and then you get an image. So I have an image of a protest which is said to be from Kashmir. Okay, so I'll just show you. So I have that image saved in my desktop. So I just take that photograph. Okay, so I know it's very small, but can you see this image?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this is said to be from Kashmir. So someone has sent me this picture and said that, okay, this is in Kashmir, and this was actually tweeted. A lot of tweets were done saying that, okay, this is how the people of Kashmir are being brutalized by the police forces there, the security forces there. So now I want to know whether this picture is actually from Kashmir or not. So I have this picture. I'm just uploading it. And now let's see what's the result that comes. Okay, so the first one says that yes, 63 Kashmir par zulm par 63 Kashmir par zulm ho raha hai, I guess. Okay, Kashmir pe zulm aur Muslim mamalik khamosh, and you get to see these photographs. Kashmir mein hone wali zulm. Kashmir is bleeding with this photograph. Okay. JK News Urdu, Kashmir Journalist View. Now, can you see, here is one search result that says an old image from Andhra Pradesh is being falsely shared. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you click on it, and this is interesting, right? So all the all the search results they are saying so far that this was from Kashmir, but this says old image from Andhra Pradesh is being falsely shared as RSS men kidnapping Kashmiri women. Now, this was it. This was a claim, but they're saying that this is false. This photo was in circulation. Now they have given evidence also. So just look at it. That you get to see the emblem of this policeman who is actually holding this lady, and they have got some other picture as well related to this incident, and they have concluded that this is from Andhra Pradesh. So it is the SFI protest in Andhra Pradesh. So SFI activists or Student Federation of India, the student wing of CPIM, their activists were protesting in Andhra Pradesh, and this photo was taken there. So this was published earlier as well, right? So what reverse image search can do? Okay, so this was the photo, and what reverse image search can do is that it can tell you that if the image has been used online earlier or not, right? So we got to see that this image was in circulation, isn't it? We have seen that yes, this image was there on social sorry. Image was there online, right? So it told us that, okay, I got this image from someone, but I know that, okay, this was online. Then, but it may take you to go to the original image. It may take time. And it can also tell that if the image has been used in some other context or not, right? So in this case, what did we find? In what context it has been used?
Kashmir.
Kashmir. But where is it actually from?
Andhra
Andhra
Pradesh.
Pradesh.
Andhra Pradesh, right? So reverse image search can, throw this kind of clues to you. But as I said that you need to, so we are lucky that, Factly.in had actually fact checked it, but you may not be that lucky always, right? So you need to go deep and then gather more evidence, cross check, and then find out, okay, whether this is true or not. In fact, the day before yesterday, we are fact checking a video where we had seen that a street singer, not singer, a kind of musician, he was playing a musical instrument on the street side, and it was said that a renowned Maharashtrian singer, Marathi singer, had filmed it, and she had posted it, right? So that was a claim. Then we started digging, and then we saw, okay, fine, it went viral last year as well. But was it that singer who had filmed it? Then we found a Facebook post where a girl from Shimla had actually captured that photograph, or rather that video, and that posted it on her Facebook post, Facebook account. So we got to know, okay, fine, there is some confusion whether this was taken by that Marathi singer or that girl. But the girl had posted the picture about 2 years ago. So this is an old picture or old video that we know, but we were not sure whether that video was filmed by the girl or not, right? So this may also happen that you may not get definite answer immediately, but you can get some clues, right? So this is what reverse image search can actually do, tell you the context in which it was clicked or it was filmed. Now, if you are using Chrome browser, you don't need to do all these things that I've shown you, that going to images.google.com or something. If you want to know about any photograph which is online, just right click on the photograph, and you get the option of search Google for image. I think they have recently changed it. So, for example, if you want to search this image, you can just click on this images, right click on this image, and then you get this option of searching this image. Yeah, search image with Google Lens, and you click on it, and it will get you similar images that is online. Right? Sometimes you may not get something immediately that you want to know, and Google can give you some results which are bizarre. So what you need to do is that you need to add some keywords along with that photograph as well. Sometimes you need to do that to get some better search result. Right? So this is the first tool that you can use. So next time you get any photograph, and if that's doubtful, you know what to do. Right? You can go to Google reverse image search and then just do a reverse image search. I'll give you this example of this. This video had come to me saying that Dr. Arka Pravasina of AIMS is claiming that where the temperature is above 23 degree, coronavirus cannot spread on those in this area. Then I had done a reverse image search and a lot of digging, and then what I found was that, so this was a kind of information that I had got in Google reverse image search, and then I came to know that he's not a doctor from AIMS Delhi, or AIMS Patna, as it was being claimed in some news as well, or some WhatsApp post as well. He's Zakir Hussain Sabuj from Bangladesh, and he had done this video, but yeah, it was without any evidence. But people tend to believe, okay, fine, AIMS doctor must be very good, and whatever he's saying must be true, but it's not always the case. Right. So what are the other tools you can use apart from Google reverse image search? So you can add this Chrome extension, but if you are using a Chrome browser, it will automatically work that you can search Google with image or Google with image with Google Lens. There is something called Baidu. You know what is Baidu? Can anybody tell me what is Baidu.com? Very quickly. No one.
Sunil, sir.
Sorry?
It's a search engine, sir.
The search engine. This is a search engine of China. China Google use করে না, Google কে ওদের ওখানে permission দেয়নি use, they do not operate in China. তো Baidu খুব ভালো যদি আমি চাইনিজ কোনো কন্টেন্ট খোঁজার চেষ্টা করছি. So if I'm looking for any content which is related to China, then Baidu is the search engine. But I think that I haven't checked it today. But until recently, it is not working in India. But Baidu is.
Yes, sir. I just checked. It's not opening up.
Yeah, it's not opening. Right. So you may not use it in India, but just to let you know that you can use it. Then Yandex.com. So this is a search engine from Russia. So if you want to look for any content which is in Russia or in Eastern European countries, then you can use this. So this is a very good tool for getting search results for logos, images, and stuff. Right. Then there is something called reverse image search. So you can just something called T9 reverse image search. You can just note it down, and then you can check at your own leisure and find out. So they do the same thing that I've shown you in case of Google reverse image search. So in T9 there is one. So this also does the same thing. And there comes Revai reverse image search. Here you have one advantage, that it can search in different search engines simultaneously. So you can tell it that, okay, you can add this Chrome extension, and then you can just say that, okay, all search engines mein isko search karo, and then it can search in all the search engines like Google, T9, Yandex, Baidu, and it will give you results simultaneously. So this is one advantage that you have, that you don't have to go to several search engines separately. You can do it at one go.
Sir, I just ran an experiment.
Yeah.
I searched Vladimir, just Vladimir, not Vladimir Putin. I just searched Vladimir on Google, and I found this result, Vladimir Putin, on the top. But when I search this on Yandex, I'm getting like it's a place in Russia and all, and Putin is not coming in. I'm only seeing Putin when I'm searching Vladimir Putin.
Yeah, yeah. So that is the difference that you have, and that's the advantage of using different search engines to get a variety of results that you are looking for, right? So Yandex is looking at Vladimir in one way, Google is looking at Vladimir as in another way, right? So that's the technological firms, their own algorithm, or their own understanding of a topic, right? So the second tip that I want to give you is that sometimes you need to crop an image. When you need to crop an image where you have text on it. Suppose you have got the message like this. Now, if you do a reverse image search of the image like this, then it's likely that you will get the similar kind of images in your search result. But your concern is about this particular image area. So it claims that Italian man who has lost his entire family to coronavirus finally commits suicide at top of the hotel. So he jumped off the hotel from one of the Italian hotels, and that's a claim. So if I crop it using only image to do reverse image search, I just take out the relevant portion of the image, and then I search it, and it says that man jumps to his death from the top of Hotel Valencia Center. Similar image, but look at the date, December 27, 2019. The coronavirus did not hit Italy at that time. So you go to this news, and then you see that, okay, this is in Spain. So this is not an Italian hotel. This is a Spanish hotel. From this man had jumped off the rooftop, and he got killed. But that is nothing to do with coronavirus or COVID-19 frustration or depression or whatever it is. Okay, I know I am just hitting 9:30. I'll take 5 more minutes. I hope you can be with me, and I'll just finish it very quickly. So what can reverse image search do for videos? So if you're getting any video, the rule is similar, that you take a screen grab from the video, so that becomes an image, and then you do a reverse image search, and you can get related videos or images or report or information related to that particular video. So you try to take a grab where you have wide angle shot. So try to grab one frame where you have a lot of elements in that video. So that will give you better results. So if you are getting any person in the crowd or in the market, so do not take a frame where the man is seen and not the market. So try to take a grab of the man in the market. So that is likely to give you better result. Okay, just note it down that there is another tool called InVid EU Chrome extension. InVid is a verification plugin for both images and videos, and it has a lot of tools, including it will give you screen grab, so you don't have to separately take a screen grab from any video or something. You just upload the video, it will give you screen grab, it will give you information about where it was taken, location if it can detect, interesting comments in the social media feed related to that photograph, license rights, keyframes, as I said, YouTube thumbnails of the video, can extract still frames for you, and there are useful features like magnifier, Twitter advanced search. So if any video has been uploaded on Twitter, it will give you all the details about the video, when it was uploaded, who had uploaded it, from where it had uploaded, what time it had uploaded it, and all the social media comments that was made around that video, around that post, that will also come. And there are something called image verification assistant. So these are a little advanced one, but you can check it out at your own leisure and use that. Now the fourth tip that I'd like to give you is that you can add time filter in your search engine, Google search engine. I'm not sure whether you had used it, but suppose I get a photograph and someone says, okay, this photograph has been taken today. So now I just do a Google search, and I can see, okay, fine, if this photograph was taken today or was it taken earlier, also whether it was uploaded on online earlier or not. and I get to see, no, this photograph was there in 2014. Or someone comes and tells me, okay, this photograph is from a place that was clicked on 16th of April 2020. Now I can just set this uh, customized date range. So if you go to your Google search engine, you will get to see tools on the right hand side. You click on it, then it will ask you, okay, if you want to set a time in it may be any time, or it may be in the past 1 hour, or past 24 hours, past week, past month, past year, or you can specify the date, right? So you can just specify the date. Okay, someone said this photograph was taken on, say, 1st of February 2020. So I just click on this and set this range, and I click on it, and then I get to see, no, this photograph was taken before that. Photograph was there online before that, 31st July 2018. So adding time filter will give you this advantage to verify whether this photograph was online before the date it is claimed to have been clicked. Okay, is it clear? Any question on this? No?
No, sir.
Okay. So please try all these things and then look for visual clues. So someone had looked for visual clues in Shashi Tharoor tweet a picture where, you know, this shadow wasn't matching the character, isn't it? So look for all these clues, and then you get to know where this photograph is from. For example, if this photograph is here, then look for this installation. Where is this installation from? If you get to see any people, look at the clothes. If somebody says that this is taken in Kolkata, would you believe in it? Would you believe in it?
No, sir.
Why?
Sir, the
Because
infrastructure is British and European.
Yes, so you get that clue. Okay, fine. This is very British and European, structure of the building. If you zoom on the photographs of the people, you will see that they are probably wearing warm clothes, which are not generally seen in India. The kind of clothes they are wearing probably. So these are the clues that you get to see. So somebody is claiming, okay, this photograph is from this area. Look for this kind of clues. In case of videos, try to hear if there is any sound, if there is any conversation, and try to detect the language. What language are they talking in? Right? Then look at the banners or hoardings. If you can get to see any banner or hoarding, look at it and see that, okay, where it is. Is there any mention of any location or not? Very important clue is number plate of the car. It may be that, in India, West Bengal number plate with West Bengal registration can be seen in Bihar, or a Bihar car can be seen in West Bengal, but still it can give you some clue that where this location is, looking at the number plate. Then weather. If somebody is telling me, okay, this picture was taken on, say, 31st March in London, and it was taken in the afternoon, so I can check out the weather there. Right? How was the weather on 31st March in London around 3 o'clock when the picture was taken as being claimed? And it says that, okay, it was raining. Then I'll doubt this picture. I'll say, okay, no, probably it may be from London, but probably it wasn't taken on 31st March. And even if it was taken on 31st March, it was probably not taken on in the afternoon. So this kind of corroboration you can do. Then you can look for a flag or logo that's shown you that, the police officers, emblem that was shown, that could give you some insignia that was seen. That can also give you certain clues. And then, very importantly, look the comment section of the social media. If it has been posted on social media, it can also give you some clue. Somebody can say, okay, no, I'm from that area, I know this has not happened, this is completely false. So somebody can say, yes, I was there and it actually happened. So you can get in touch with those people and get it cross-checked whether they were at the spot, whether they are from that area, and then you can get to see whether it's true or false. Then a few more tips about check the URL always. So if you are going to any website to see if the URL is what the URL is or the logo is. Go to the About Us section and find out what this website is all about, what this Twitter handle or the Facebook post, Facebook account is all about. That can give you a better idea. For example, this one, Times Now, is the actual brand, but at one glance you may not differentiate between Times Now and Times Wow or Times How. And this is a parody account that was in vogue. But sometimes people would say, okay, it was from Times Now, and the story is from Times Now, and I should believe because this is a mainstream media, and I can trust in that. But actually, it was not Times Now handle from where this tweet was made. So be very careful. Look at it very carefully, and please do not share or forward or report anything until you are 100% sure of the authenticity of the information. So if you have enough evidence, if you're sure 100% that this is true, then only share it, forward it, or report that particular story. Okay, so, and please mention sources of the news. Do not just write the researchers claim or the doctors say. Always mention what research, where it was conducted, among whom it was conducted. So there can be any research result which says that children under 10 years are more prone to cancer. And you report on this, and it will create a lot of panic, isn't it? But probably that research was carried out in Finland, and the sample was probably 10 children. So that may not be applicable in India. And that may not be very strong, that may not have a very strong evidence that, okay, the children in Finland may be, prone to cancer, but this may not happen in other parts of the world as well. So always mention all these details whenever you are reporting it, because this is also half truth, and this also can cause panic, and this also can amount to misinformation. You may say the doctor said that you need to wear mask, even if your government is saying that do not wear mask. Which doctor? Is he capable of saying all these things? Does he have enough qualification to say all these things? So get all those information in your story, in your reportage. That really helps. Do make corrections if you commit a mistake or fall into the trap of fake news. It increases your credibility. So people would know, okay, if this publication makes any mistake, they apologize and they do corrections and they say that, okay, we had done something wrong and this is the correct information. But of course, if you keep on, doing several mistakes, then obviously people will not trust you and the trust level will really go down. So this is all about my session. I'm sorry I have taken 10 minutes more, but I hope it was useful for you and you can use this. The tips and tricks and tools that I've shown you. Any question very quickly? Do you have any? Who had said that who had a question and couldn't ask me last time? Okay, I think.
Nikhil, are you there?
So Nikhil had, I think, hungry and has gone for dinner. Okay, fine. I think we'll meet sometime later and then we can have that discussion. Thank you so much, sir, USP sir, for giving me this opportunity, and thank you for bearing with me. I went above the time and beyond the time limit, sir.
Thank you, Sambit, for such a detailed exposition, and it's always such a wonderful learning experience listening to you. I'm sure everyone who was present here has learned quite a few things, and I'm sure they will use these tools and these insights in their everyday news consumption and in their news production as well. So thank you again, Sambit, and we hope to see you again, at some other platform. And do let us know whenever you're in Calcutta so that you can enjoy, organize some offline sessions also for our students.
Sure, we'll do that.
Thank you, students. As usual, you have been such a wonderful audience, and we meet here same time, same place tomorrow. Tomorrow, we have one session by noted development economist Professor Amit Shobhan Roy, who will speak about different facets of development, and that's a wonderful masterclass, followed by one on reporting on women and children by Professor Joy Chakraborty of Tezpur University. So we end our session today, and thank you once again, Sambit. So we, sir, PPT ki pawa jabe? Yes, that can be sent to you.
I'll share it with sir, and may not be the PPT. It's just very sketchy thing. I'll share some material that will be helpful for you to refer. So I'll share it with you, sir, and then you can share it with us.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
It will be sent to you by mail. So thank you, Namita, for your participation. So we will return tomorrow. So thank you. We end the session today here. Thank you, everyone.